Hey guys, it's Ted Bogert. Welcome back to the TED Show. It's Friday, TGIF. I am very excited to have a very in-depth conversation with this young lady, Sevhn Doggette. Doggette is on the show with us. I'm going to get that pronunciation right. You know it on a Friday. But we're here to talk about something very serious. A mom speaks out about or on senseless gun violence. Sevhn's going to share her journey, her story, what she is working on now. She's obviously an advocate, a proponent, a community leader who is working against this insanity that we're all dealing with in our world. So before we get into that, welcome Sevhn to the show. I'm very, very excited to have you here.
Thank you, Ted. Thank you. And thank you for allowing me to use your platform to tell my story.
Absolutely. And big shout out, of course, to the one and only Bonnie Tucker,
Yeah.
who introduced us. And she's like, Ted, do I have a guest for you? And I'm like, fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. So before we take a deep dive into the topic, give them a little give them a little 411 on you. They like a little origin story. The audience does.
Okay. Well, my name is Sevhn Doggette. I am the founder director of MM2K, Mommies Matter to Kyrie. Um, Kyrie was or is my son who I lost to senseless gun violence here in Charlotte, North Carolina on August the 8th, 2017. MM2K is a not for profit organization that concentrates on providing parents with knowledge and education to rebuild after losing a child to gun violence or a senseless crime or a loved one to senseless crime, or I'll say senseless gun violence or a violent crime, I should say. Yeah.
So this mission is one that you probably wish you did not have to take up. But a lot of times when people lose a child, especially to this, that doesn't always mean advocacy. So, what made you decide I have to do more? I have to not just be um, a victim's mom. I have to get out there and try to prevent this and bring awareness to how senseless all of this is.
Because I have to be the voice for the voiceless. There are a lot of parents, moms and dads, who are not ready to speak. And um, I wasn't. I was one of those parents that didn't want to speak either for maybe a good year. And then I decided, that there are some parents that need someone to speak up for them. And I chose to be that person. So
How did you decide to, once you realized that you wanted to take the tragedy and do something with it, how did you decide what the focus would be? How did you decide? All right, this is what I want to tackle. This is where I can make the most impact.
Oh, you know what, Ted, I laid in the bed one day and I was in a deep depression. Trauma does a lot of things to your whole body. And I laid in the bed one day and, everyone kept telling me that I needed to speak to someone. You need to go talk to somebody. You need to talk to somebody. And I didn't want to talk to anybody for a very long time. So one day I was laying in the bed and I said, well, you know what? Let me grab my computer and let me see what who's available for me to talk to. And as I scrolled, I did see the statistics of, gun violence, and, I saw a lot of different organizations, but they weren't talking about what I needed. And there was nowhere in that scrolling that I saw, hey, call us at 3 o'clock in the morning when you're crying in your pillow. And that was the time that I said, that's who I want to be. Is that person that you can call at 3 o'clock in the morning when you're crying in your pillow and you need someone to talk to. That's what I wanted to be. And
And
that's
so
when I,
that's how you formed. So is that give us the overall organization? So you have MM2K7. We know what it stands for. If what is the service that it provides? Is it a 24-hour counseling? Is it a resource to go when you have experienced this as a parent or a family member or loved one?
I would say a resource to go. Um, we do a lot of different things in the community to keep the moms and dads busy. Throughout the holidays, Ted, there is a lot that we go through. Not having our babies with us during Christmas time and Thanksgiving and things like that. And I just wanted to be that person where you can call me anytime that you want. I'm always available. I don't get any sleep anyway, so I don't think I've slept since 2017. So. Um, you know, you can call anytime if you need something. Because the way that I did it was I actually put myself in a situation where I'm in North Carolina. I really don't have any family in North Carolina. So I was thinking, what if there's a mom that has, siblings just like myself and or have siblings to the deceased. And, she's used her last dollar to, either bury her child or to um, put him in a beautiful urn like I had to do. And the siblings to the deceased needs uniforms for school. After using all of your money to bury your child,
Mm.
you don't have the money. You wouldn't have the money to buy uniforms and, things that the siblings need. So I wanted to be that person or that organization where you can come, you can call, you can, let me know, hey, is there any way that you can work it out for me? I want to build rapport with different stores and organizations where I can be that person that you can come to and say, hey, I need, uniforms for my children. I just buried my son or my daughter, and I need to get this, my other children books for school or paper or whatever she may need. And that's just a little, scenario of what can happen. And I wanted to be that person or that organization, that MM2K that you could come to and we could help you with providing whatever you may need, whether it be counseling. MM2K does have licensed therapists. If you need therapy, I can talk to you on a mom that has lost a child, level. But if you are really in need of therapy, we do have licensed therapists where you can, say, call me and say, hey, Sevhn, I need to talk to somebody. And I think I need like therapy, like a doctor to really to talk to. And I'll refer you to our therapist. Um,
How wonderful to have a I'm going to say one stop shop, but you know what I mean. How wonderful to have a resource specific to this horrible topic and to be able to, at your fingertips, go one place. Because I think that's what happens whenever there's any kind of tragedy or anything happening to us, our family members, our loved ones. It's daunting to try to Google it, or it's just nothing you want to ever have to do. And for you all to be a resource that you can get them to the right place and that you want to, and that you've had the experience that can actually speak
yeah,
to them and understand what they're going through. That's, to me, that's amazing. Now, I want to ask you, it's coming up on, it's 5 years this year.
yes.
So what, and I know people will ask, so I'm going to ask for them. What do you do on a daily basis? Does it get easier? Is your work with the advocacy with your group, make it easier? What do you do to continue to move forward and progress in your life? Having as a parent, my perspective is that is the most devastating thing I can ever imagine going
Yeah.
through.
I had to learn, uh, Ted, a lot of things to help me get through the day. My day starts with prayer because without my belief, I would not be here.
Understood.
As you said, you know, um, losing a child is totally different, and I would never take anything away from a parent or auntie or grandmother or anything. But a child that you've carried for 9 months and you've had a chance to build a life with them until they were 25 years old. And then for them to tragically be taken um, by senseless gun violence is totally different. So I have learned to, like I said, just pray, push and pray, I always say. I wake up in the morning and it starts with my prayer, my meditation. Um, I listen to my vibrations to keep me balanced throughout the day. I listen to my vibrations actually a couple of times a day just to, um, you know, just to stay balanced. And, reading, my writing, journaling has been a big part for me too. And also too, just working with my angel moms and dads, as I call them.
Yes.
That is that's my therapy. When I talk to them and, you know, when you have them come back and say, you know what, thank you for giving me a voice. Thank you for listening. That is just everything to me. So I have learned to just push, pray, meditate, listen to vibrations, and, you know, um, just work on my moms and dads. That just helps me just get through my day. Um, I love water, but unfortunately, where I am, we don't have any water close by. So that's therapy for me too. But
Well,
you
it
know,
sounds like I understand you have a mission. You have a
yeah,
something. I'm a man of faith, so God put on you, and that is I understand the therapeutic part of that, not from your perspective, but I can appreciate it and empathize with it. If somebody's watching and they want to get involved, they want to know more about your mission, what is the best way for them to do it, Sevhn?
well, my I have a website, and the website is www.mm2k7 at yahoo.com. I'm sorry, that's my email.
Yeah,
And
it's scrolling across the bottom,
yeah,
mm2k7.com.
7, that's my website, and my email is actually the same thing, but at yahoo.com. My phone number, office number is 704-299-6501. And like I said, it's open.
It's
I'm open.
it's unbelievable what you've been through. I can't fathom it. You have such grace and a calming presence, and I'm going to continue to pray for you and for the families and for everything that you're doing. I think it's such an important mission. mm2k7.com. I want y'all to reach out to Sevhn, get involved, give back.
Yeah.
She's got the
If,
resources, and
if they
there's
would
her.
like one of my shirts, if they
Let's
would
look
like
at the
one of my
shirt, and
shirts,
then
Ted.
while yes, I would love one. While we're headed when we're headed out, this is Women's History Month, and I
Yes,
ask all the guests when I say the word hero, what woman comes to mind for you?
yes. What woman comes to mind for me?
Hmm.
Ooh, all of my angel moms. My angel
Beautiful.
moms, they're heroes. To push through this every day, they are my heroes. They are the strongest women ever. To be able to get up and push through a day without seeing or touching or being able to call their child, you are my hero. So, yes.